Hey RogueTech fans, it's Blaine here. Today we've got a new Flashpoint. We have got special delivery with Mechazon deliveries. This is a new Flashpoint that Akodo Rain has designed, and it lets us play with the new heavy lifter VTOL. So let's see how it goes. We're once again meeting up with our good old friend Agent X. Doesn't he work for Comstar? Apparently not. In this case he's working for Mechazon. So let's see what he wants us to do. He wants us to do a series of deliveries. Basically all we've got to do is actually pick up and deliver goods for Mechazon in a number of missions. There are 4 missions, there are 2 consecutive missions, there's a slight gap in between so you can actually recover, and then another 2 consecutive missions. But the most important thing is we get to play with a heavy lifter, so that's what I'm most looking forward to. As you can see, we're delivering all kinds of crap. Love the picture, that's great. So, yeah, here we go. Our crew is now saying, "Oh, it would be a shame if stuff fell off the truck." And who appears? It's the Duchess. Yes, she was listening in. Always remember, Comstar knows everything. So, here we go. Let's get the first drop. Okay, so what we've got a 2.5 star, so difficulty 5 mission. Sorry, 2.5 star? 2.5 skull. Difficulty 5 mission, so it's not hard. All of the opponents that we're up against are actually going to be pretty rubbish. They're pretty much all primitive mechs, so I'm just going for maximum payment for this first one, because I just don't see the point of picking up the parts. As far as the mission goes, we've been given a single skylifter, and we're able to take any amount of other mechs we like, up to a maximum of 4 units. So what I'm going to do for this mission, I'm going to bring along my lovely new Pyromaniac, who is going to be piloted by Oddball. Yes, I put Oddball in everything that's a bit strange. Tank Girl is going to take control of the lifter, and then I think we will also overkill it a bit with a railgun and maybe Newisher Prime. So the railgun is going to be used by Ajax, I think. There we go, and we will put Harkonnen in the Newisher Prime. This is my ultimate tank mech. It's really good. I've actually just picked up an extra unit, an extra upgrade for it with the latest RTO event. Can I find it while scanning through the things? It's got to be here somewhere. Let me start at the top again. I have been able to add... Where is it? Not the combat shield, not the upper shielded RTO. That is the additional item I've been able to add to it, so it gives it even more resistance to damage. I mean, how cool is that? I unfortunately only picked up the one, but hey, I don't care. It means that my Newisher Prime is now the ultimate tank in my mind. So let's deploy.
Reactor online, sensors online, weapons online. All systems nominal.
Okay, here we go. So the first mission we are delivering. It's essentially a rescue mission, but from the context we're actually dropping off rather than picking up. So all we're coming up against is we've got the facility, and we will only ever come up against 4 units. There's a couple of ways you can play these missions. You could just get a whole, a couple of fast units, perhaps one to go and collect, which I will probably do on the second mission, and your skylifter as well. Go and pick it up and disappear. Or you can just grab it and destroy everything that's out here. As I've said, they're not going to be tough. They are... Ooh, that one actually managed to hit my skylifter before I've even started. Yeah, that's not good. So, this is the skylifter. You can see it's not got much in the way of weaponry. LRM-5, couple of medium lasers, and an AMS flare. It does have decent armour for a VTOL. I mean, 120, 95 on the back, 160 on the front. Yeah, not too bad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it pick up my Pyromaniac this time, because I can show you how it works. When you click the pickup button, you have a radius that appears around the VTOL. This shows you where it can pick up. Now what I can't do is pick up these guys, because they are too heavy for it. But my Pyromaniac, a 95-ton mech, can be picked up by this 50-ton skylifter. So here we go. I absolutely love the graphics on this thing. The way the engines twist and then, it goes into hover mode and movement mode. Absolutely brilliant. Right, so what have we got?
Sorry.
As you can see, Oddball is now being carried. So here he is, sitting underneath the skylifter. There's not a lot you can do when you're actually being carried, other than I believe you can use some abilities. Like I could, if I want, I could use Phantom, and I could just brace. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to sit there and brace.
Negative waves.
I'm now wishing I put a different pilot in because I forgot how annoying Oddball is. Okay.
You want done?
So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to take out the units fairly fast on this one, but I will want to have a go at dropping off so you can see how it works. As I said, it's a basic, well we can't see from here, but I know this is going to be essentially a primitive quick draw. I'm just going to whack a couple of railguns in for overkill there, and so that one's gone.
I hope we can salvage that.
And then with Harkonnen, you'll notice I now have, I don't know why I put the laser pulse module on, I now have maximum affinity now with my pilots for the likes of the rail, Black Roses and New Wishes, and look how far it allows him to run. That is 130 tons of super heavy, and it can run that far. How cool is that? That's because the top affinity with all super heavies gives them a whole hex of extra movement. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. So what have we got? We've got another Clint just coming over the hill. And at the back we have got, what is that? That is a Hoplite, and as you can see they are indeed the primitive forms, and a Hatchetman over on the side.
Commander.
Okay, what you will notice, this is a typical VTOL like the Jet ones, so at the moment it doesn't have much, well it's not moved so it can go any distance, so this turn I'm going to maximum sprint it. I'll only pick up 5 evasion pips here, but next turn it'll go even faster. I will of course use field command, and is it worth shooting him? Not really, I'm just going to sit there. As with other sort of VTOLs, each turn you use it, it will go faster and faster up to a point. So, this turn I'm not going very far, but hey, next turn it'll be fine. Again, I'm just going to sprint forward with my new Wisher. I'm actually going to take out the Hatchetman this time, so I will put on my pulse module. I don't think we're in range for... Oh, we are. We can go for damage, so I'm just going to Oh, we'll try and take out his head. Go on then. I don't see the point because he is rubbish, and we're not going to pick... But there he goes. Dead pilot, straight off. Great shooting there, Harkonnen.
Battle mech down.
Admittedly, he also destroyed a lot of other parts of it, but hey, you can't have everything, can you?
Hey, look, if those engines are turning over, we can sneak right up the edge of
so
town.
again, Oddball, right? We're just going to brace because he's currently underneath the skylifter. With the Black Rose, at the moment I'm in siege mode, so you can see if I was to sprint like that, that's all I would manage to do. If I change back to mech mode, again, they've got maximum affinity, so they can go a reasonable distance. Bear in mind, this thing's only got a tiny engine, given it is a 125 ton mech. Essentially, I couldn't fit anything heavier in because otherwise I wouldn't have had space for all my railguns and stuff like that. Okay, let's let the enemy take their turn. Right. Oh, here we go. Clint's going to have their go first. And then I'm going to be able to move my skylifter across, and I can show you how you unload a unit. So I'm going to just simply drop the Pyromaniac, which has very short range weaponry on the whole, right on top of the unit that I want it to kill. So this is what I was saying. You can see now we have a minimum distance that you have to move, just like you do with hovercrafts and a lot of other jet-based VTOLs. And you can see, look at this distance. We're able to go all the way up to here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to end up dropping it right there.
Confirm.
At the end of our move, if you want to actually drop or put down one of your units, and I really do mean drop, which I'm going to show you on the next mission, I'm not going to bother here, we just click pick up again. You click on the skylifter and it then lists all of the units that you've got. As you can see, we've only got the one, so you just click number 1 to say that you want to confirm to put the Pyromaniac down, and there it is, down on the ground, safe and sound.
Another beautiful bridge.
So
it's gonna be there.
This is where I'm going to use Oddball. I'm going to put Phantom on just because I can. He has got pulse lasers. At the moment, I've only managed to pick up 4 of them, plus a couple of plasma cannon and the built-in Dragon Breath. The thing I like about this Pyromaniac, it comes with an FCS Pyro. An FCS Pyro means it chucks out damage for every single shot that hits. I'm not going to hit it in melee because that might... yeah, I will. Yeah, why not? Let's kick it. But I want you to see just how much damage this unit of mine is about to pump out onto this poor little Clint. So the kick should probably only take out one leg, and then we're just going to massively overheat it.
Always
Oh,
put the
we missed.
negative wave, Moriarty.
Shouldn't matter.
Always put the negative wave.
No chance, man. No, they both had
There
it.
we go. I
One
mean,
was in the
okay,
river and
he
the other one's on
completely
the other
overheated,
side,
but
wasn't
I hope... Did you see? Let me find it. 174 heat. This is because every single shot that the unit does goes and imparts 1 point of heat. Now, with the pulse lasers, each one of those does 35 shots, and I've got 4 of those, so that's 140 shots just from the pulse lasers. Plus we added some plasma in there, and we had the Dragon Breath, and the FCS Pyro also goes and makes it take 10% more heat damage. It's just
Ready to
awesome.
get it on.
Absolutely love it. Oh, I'm getting distracted from the mission now because it's so much fun. I've actually designed this Pyromaniac to help me take down the Mecha Gojira when I finally get from the deep of here.
How can I help?
Because the problem with that, it is a zombie mech, and I didn't have any sub 100 mechs that were really suitable for taking it down. Well, now I do. Right, what are we going to do? We're just going to turn off the laser pulse module and sprint across so we're a bit closer. Right, next turn. So this turn I'm just going to use Tank Girl to go and pick up the package. I mean, again, you can go just a small distance there, which will give her 6 pips, or we can go even faster. I mean, you know, these VTOLs go fast. We can get, what can we get up to? 8 pips. So we'll just go to the edge of the thing and we'll get 8 pips on that. Look at those engines go twisting down. Absolutely beautiful model. Love it. And back into hovering mode. Okay, so we've got the signed invoice, so apparently you can leave, which if we were doing this as a normal recovery mission, we could just go in, go out, and we're done. So instead what I'm going to do, I'm going to just walk up to the top of the hill.
Like hopeless.
And again, I'm going to show you how my lovely little Pyromaniac completely cooks things. You can see the accuracy is not great, so I'm not exactly going to hit a lot of stuff. But it's going to be more than enough. I've just noticed this hoplite is wearing a top hat. Honestly, pirates, what are you like?
Have a little faith.
Let's have a look. I swear to you, there we go. Oh, I can't get it in view. The hoplite is indeed wearing a top hat. I just, that's the first time I've ever noticed this on the 1P. I love that model. It's just hilarious. Why? Why would you put a top hat on a mech? But then why do pirates do a lot of things? Nobody knows. Right, I'm just going to walk up to the hill here and then I'm going to shoot it. Ooh, this is a bit risky. I might accidentally hit my Newisher in the back. Hope not. Ooh, it survived. It actually survived being hit by a railgun. Unbelievable. It won't survive being hit by some lasers as well. I think, yeah, just for make sure it's a bit of overkill. I haven't bothered with the laser pulse module, but here we go. If I can hit it. And it's down. Oh, even with its little top hat. I feel quite sorry for it. Right, so, first mission done. So that is how we were able to pick up and carry using the Skylifter. Okay, so mission 1 done. Payout just over 1 million sea bills. Not too shoddy. I really do like the Skylifter. It's quite a good fun unit. So that's there's not a lot of point taking anything. It's all primitive stuff, so we'll just take the one part and we'll just move on. Okay, mission 2 is a consecutive deployment. What I'm going to do this time is a completely different way of doing the missions, just to show you an alternative. I'm going to bring Blaine, I'm going to bring my Skylifter because I have no choice. In the Skylifter we will put Tank Girl, even though she's already a bit worn out. And we will give Blaine, which one of my mechs shall I give him? I'll give him the Wenetta, which is actually currently set up as a collection mech. You'll have to excuse my dog, she's nuts.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Okay, this time we are dropping military gear off to a facility in order to assist the crew that are currently stationed there.
Interface initiated.
So all we've got this time, we've got the Skylifter and we've got the Winetta. And again, we have to pick up from there, and we're escaping this time straight over. Ooh, quite a long way. I probably have chosen the wrong mission to do this option. Oh well. Right, let's see how we can do this. So using the Winetta, I've got a supercharger on it, I can put my DNI on, and I can also put Phantom on. And you'll see this thing is set to go quite a long distance. Straight on top of the pickup. In fact, I can shoot straight past the pickup. So we're going to go and land straight on top of the pickup there. So this is an alternative way that you can complete this sort of mission. You can do it really quickly if you just go and land on top of it with a really fast unit, and then next turn we'll be able to disappear. What they'll try and do, they'll probably try and shoot my Winetta, but there's no hope that they're going to hit it. We've got 12 pips, we've got Phantom, they've got no sensors because it's still turn 1. So all they're doing is they're shooting up the base below me, which is supposed to be my base, so I probably don't really want them to do that.
Commander.
Now what I could do, I could just eject at this point and leave the Skylifter behind, and I think I'm going to do exactly that, because otherwise, as you can see, it's quite a long way to the pickup, which is going to be up here. So it's probably going to take me 4 turns to get there, so all I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat a little bit, eject,
Punching out.
and leave the Skylifter on the ground. Nobody said you actually had to keep it surviving, did they? Next mission, I'm going to show you another use of the Skylifter.
The asset has been secured and is ready for retrieval.
Because next mission, we're going to use it in an offensive capacity. And as you can see, second turn, I can just disappear straight to the evac zone, and that is how quickly you can do recovery missions if you really want to. So there you go, mission 2 is completed in 2 turns. So let's move on to mission 3. This time we are going to get a little bit of a break to allow our pilots and units to actually recover if they've taken damage.
Mission successful.
Okay, reasonable payout, nearly 800,000, but then we did only take the 2 units. As we know, we ejected from the Skylifter, but sadly we don't end up picking it up as salvage. So in fact, we've got no salvage whatsoever, because of course we didn't destroy anything. Now when you have a multi-consecutive mission like we've just been getting, as you can see, it actually wants us to go straight in this time, but this is the only way you can get a gap. So after the second mission, it has been designed so that we can come out, recover our pilots, recover our units, and then go back in, but it does this slightly peculiar UI thing, where you've actually got the drop screen here, you've got parts of the Argo here. All you do, you go up to the top, you click the back button, and then you're here, so we can just go straight into the Argo. We can get our pilots all recovered, so let's see, 3 days for Tank Girl, there we go, she's all better. And then we go simply straight back into the command centre and go to Special Delivery 3. So again, we have got the Skylifter, and I'm going to make sure that that is going to be piloted once again by Tank Girl. I think what we'll do, we'll make it easy on ourselves, we'll take the Prime, we'll take a railgun. I don't know, that's all we really need, isn't it? I don't think we need anything else. So that's all we're going to take. And what we will do, we will put no, we won't. We will put Ether. I think it's Ether's turn to go in the Black Rose. And we will put Harkonnen in the newish Prime. Now this Black Rose has also been upgraded courtesy of the RTO. What I've been able to put in this one, if I've actually picked the right one, I have not picked the right one. Let me put the other one in so that I've actually got the one I'm supposed to be talking about. Where is this gone? There we go. So what I've done, I've switched it over to clan railguns because I picked up this lovely thing, a BC Snafu RTO, 20% extra Gauss rifle damage, and Gauss rifles includes railguns. So now I can use clan, which are lighter, so I can do all kinds of extra things with this mech that I couldn't do before because I've reduced the tonnage by 10 tons for the railgun. So now it has more armor, it's got more BCs, it's got more ammo. It's just like absolutely gorgeous little mech. And I've also changed it so it's got slightly different components up here, such as compact image enhancing. Anyway, let's deploy.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Okay, so here we go. We've got yet another mission where this time we've got to extract the unit so that the Comstar lot, sorry, Mechazon, can receive payment. So once again we have the facility. This time it's all the way up there, and we've got a number of units. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to show you some fun that you can have with these skylifts where they can be used offensively. So what have we got up against us this time? We've got a Hazard. I'm not familiar with that mech. It's probably because I don't often fight little mechs. I do find when I start a new career I very rapidly skip past those light and medium mech phase, so it's quite nice coming back into some of these flashpoints to see some of them. Right, all we're going to do, we're going to turn her AMS flare on and we're just going to zoom up as fast as we can. We're also going to put field command in place. Now, first turn, as before, we can't go particularly fast, so I'm also going to gain some height, because if there's a height difference between you and the enemy, if you're lower, it's easier for them to hit you. If you're higher, it's harder. And of course vice versa. So the higher we are, the easier it is to shoot them. Oh, I really do love that model. It's absolutely brilliant. Right, so we're going to let the rest of the Op 4 take their turn. I'm not sure what that was. Nope, still can't tell. I think it might be a Griffin or something. Don't know.
What can I do for you?
What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave... I think we'll leave the assassin alive, or we might leave that one on the right. Let's see what we can do. We'll move up a bit closer. Oh, there we go. If we move to the side, I can get the one on the right-hand side. So let's see what sort of accuracy we can get. Bear in mind, at this stage, we do not have our sensors on, and I'm still able to achieve 85-89% accuracy, 480 damage with each of these, because it has breaching. It was a fire starter, there we go. Oh, yeah, I love my Black Roses. They're great fun.
I've got your back.
And then Harkonnen is simply going to run up and provide a little bit of support, but I doubt he's actually going to get to shoot this mission. Mind you, there is still one other unit other than the assassin that we're going to play with. And I really do mean play with. I feel sorry for this assassin already. He doesn't know what's about to hit him. Now, I could zoom into there, but I think I might let the assassin go first and hope he gets close enough for a pickup. Because you see, if I go to here, my pickup zone is just about there. But I don't think he's going to be available this turn. Yeah, no, I'll go forward now because it gives me extra pips.
Confirmed.
Ah, here we go, that's the other one. There's a bushwhacker down there. Is he in pickup? He is not. Oh, yes, he is. I'm going to go and pick up the bushwhacker then. So, what we've done, we can target the enemy. He's just inside the range that I'm allowed to pick it up, and then I can click confirm, and off I go.
Sounds good.
Pick him up, and I'm now holding one of the enemy Op 4. Now, while he's being held, there's not a lot the poor lad can do. He can't fire any of his weapons, he can't move, he can't get down. He is now well and truly stuck. So the first thing you could do, you could simply use a skylifter to actually take a unit out of action while you deal with the other ones. Now the weird thing is, I could target him while he's being carried, but of course I could accidentally destroy my skylifter. So don't do it. All I'm going to do, I'm just going to take out the assassin, because then it means that the skylifter is completely safe.
Did you see that? Did you see it?
And then we get to go and play with this poor little bushwhacker for the next couple of turns. And I do mean the next couple of turns, because I'm going to show you another way that we can use the skylifter. Right, so you can see the bushwhacker's taken its turn. It is still able to fire while being carried. Okay, important note, point it away from your units when you get the chance.
Yeah.
Now, I could take my turn now, but then I'm going to end up being shot at by the bushwhacker, because he can't target the skylifter while he's being carried.
Yeah.
So instead, I'm going to move this... my railgun mech is going to get into the trees if he can, and also out of the line of sight of the bushwhacker so that he can't be shot. And then I'll move my new wisher into the trees, and also I'll reserve actually with Tank Girl, of course. It doesn't matter if he'd have hit the new wisher, it really doesn't matter, because the new wisher's got such good damage resistance and repair. He'll be absolutely fine. Right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to move up closer because I will need to pick this up, obviously. I'm going to move to there, so what he's doing, he's now facing away from my unit, But what can you do? What you can do is you can dump him on the ground and break his legs. So to release, just like we did before, we click pick up again, we click on the Skylifter, it shows us what we're carrying. We've chosen number 1, which is the enemy bushwhacker, and instead of being put down gently, he gets dumped on the floor. Crack! There goes his legs. 55 points of damage on each one. I mean, this is why you could use, you know, look at that. Already it's taken his armour down halfway. And the thing is, that bushwhacker's not going to be able to do a thing because I'm going to go for it because I've got higher initiative. I mean, at this point I could have shot it with my Newisher, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to pick up the poor little thing again. Now, when it's over, you will find it's not always very easy to click it. So angle your camera down and aim right at the base of the unit, and then you can find it. And we've picked it up again.
I hear you.
So it can't do a thing. It's just going to sit underneath my Skylifter going, what? What's going on?
I've got your back.
There's no point using Harkonnen either.
To bleed heat.
So again, I'm going to... I'll just
What can I do for you?
brace with Ether. What I'm going to do with Tank Girl, I'm going to reserve again because I'm going to... I mean, this is the thing. That bushwhacker is essentially completely out of action. It can't move. It can't shoot.
Holding to
It's
vent heat.
completely and utterly at the mercy of my Skylifter. So I'll reserve again, and again, there we go. Now we got the bushwhacker's turn, so it's tried to take its turn. It wasn't able to do anything, so let's drop it again. Crack! There goes its legs. Oh, I'm sorry. I do apologise. I'm laughing like a deranged lunatic or someone who's like a bit obsessed with power. But look at that. He's already taken massive damage. I mean, you can imagine. You could do this with any unit. So if you want to farm a particular unit, you can. Now, the other thing I forgot to mention, I think I've dropped it this turn. I'm going to pick it up again. There we go. So we can actually drop it and pick it up on the same turn.
Commander.
So we're on to the next turn. So again, we're going to drop the poor little guy. And this time I'm not bothering to reserve, because as we can see, we can keep picking him up and dropping him on the same turn. I mean, those legs are going to go next time. So we're going to go pick up straight away again. If I can target him. There we go. So he's now carried once again by the Skylifter.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Literally can't do anything. Poor lad.
Aye, best to
Here
let
he
it
goes.
cool
He's
down.
going to try and do something. Can't. So now it's my turn. And this will be the one that finally destroys him. So we will do one last drop. Goodbye, bushwhacker. Down he goes, and crunch goes both of his legs. There we go. I mean, is that not a great way of using the Skylifter? You can imagine if you've got a really annoying railgun, say, I don't know, if you've got an Omega or a Stone Rhino railgun or something like that, you could just go and pick it up and make it completely harmless and keep dropping it until you get it. And then you've gone, if it was an Omega, you could get yourself a BFG 9000 railgun, because they can only be obtained if you either headshot it or carefully take out the legs. Using this Skylifter, we really carefully took out the legs, and there was nothing the enemy could do.
I'm going.
But could you imagine having an entire lance of Skylifters? These things could just go in, pick up the enemy, and they wouldn't touch you. Okay, yeah, if you end up with all of the usual sort of additional support lances, there would be too many of them, but you know, the idea is right there, and I think it's awesome and great fun. So, we'll just brace there, and then we'll brace at the end of this turn, and that will be the end of Mission 3.
Sounds smart.
Mission 4,
Cooling.
I'm not going to bore you anymore because we've seen all the fun stuff. I'm just going to race through it again, just like we did with Mission 2.
And is ready for retrieval.
So there we go, end of Mission 3. Okay, reasonable payout again, 600,000. So moving on, we will just grab a couple of bits of... again, they're just worthless. It's just so not worth keeping most of these. It will make barely any C-bills really by the time they've been scrapped or sold. Moving on. Okay, Mission 4. This time again, it's another automatic selection of with the Skylifter, and it's a consecutive deployment. So I will once again put... I'm putting Tank Girl in because basically I want her to use these Skylifters, so I may as well start developing some of her affinities, especially now that vehicles have affinities. You can see the carrier at the bottom there. It gains missile boat affinity at 20. As yet, the Oracle, that is her main unit, hasn't picked up an affinity as far as I know, and unfortunately there is currently no way to see what affinities vehicles have. I mean, normally you would just hover over it like you would with a mech and you see all the affinities, but as yet, unfortunately, they're not currently shown within the vehicles. But we know this carrier has that missile boat affinity, so yeah, I don't really know what it does. I suppose I could look it up in the code, but yeah. Right, what I'm going to use this time, last time we took out the Wanetta for a spin, this time I'm going to take out an even faster unit, my little Wasp Lamb, and this thing is designed for, like, well, anytime I want to lower my difficulty, I just take the Wasp Lamb out and it can complete pretty much any recovery mission in just 2 moves. And normally it cannot be hit, or it's very rare for it to be hit. Just in case it does, I always put my captain in because, yeah, Blaine, he's completely and utterly immortal. So, let's drop.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Right, here goes our final mission of deliveries for Mechazon.
Command interface initiated.
Once again, we've got a little base, and we're going to have an extract point all the way up the hill. It's actually the same. It's the same map, same positioning that we used the last time we did this technique. The difference is I'm using this little tiny guy, my Wasp. So what you notice, we have started without being able to see anyone. Now this little, I'm going to start actually. We'll say goodbye, Skylifter.
Punching out.
So that's now gone. Right. We're going to use Blaine. He's the main one we're interested in. Even on the ground, look at this. This is how far he can sprint. If I put his supercharger on, I mean, this is just literally running. And bear in mind, this is a lamb. Look, I could run straight into the pickup zone if I wanted to. But if I take off instead, and I make sure I put on Phantom, let's see how far this lamb would actually go. So remember, on foot, it could reach about here. In the air, look at those pips. I just need to say 15 pips, and look, we can keep on going all the way up to here. I mean, let's see. There's no overhead view. I don't know if I can even zoom out far enough to show a full overhead view there. What about if we zoom all the way back here? Hopefully, that's giving you an idea. The lamb is all the way at the very top of the map there, and he can pretty much cover over half the map in one go. But bear in mind, I know of faster mechs than this. So anyway, we're going to end up there. 15 pips. Phantom. We've got an Angel ECM, I think. Have I got an Angel? No, just a Guardian ECM. It'll do. And there we go. So we're running down and we're going to go and pick it up using this guy. Bear in mind, the enemy hasn't even taken a turn yet. Because they couldn't see us, we couldn't see them. So this next turn is the official turn 1.
And it's ready for retrieval.
But being in a Wasp, my initiative is so high that they're not going to possibly have a go. It's actually only 23. I mean, I could probably build it so it'd be even higher than that. But like I said, they're not going to have a go, because all we're going to do, we're going to run straight up to the evac zone, and that will be the end of the final mission. So I hope you enjoyed this new Flashpoint chain by Akodo, and honestly, do it. Getting to play with that lifter is so much fun. Don't just race them. Get in there, have a bit of fun, drop them down, learn how to use the lifter, and yeah, I think that Skylifter could become a really important part of my Lance in the future. So let's see what we get awarded with at the end. I'm guessing it will be a Skylifter.
Mission successful.
Okay, again, decent payout, 852,000 C-bills. It's such a shame we couldn't pick up parts of the Skylifter, but hey, you can't have everything. Okay, back into high orbit to be debriefed at the end of the mission. Welcome back to Agent X. So all or most of the items were delivered. I mean, honestly, I thought we did really well. But, you know, Agent X, he is never happy. Any excuse to make a reduction in the payments, but that's Comstar for you. So let's see what we've been given. Hopefully, like I was saying, hopefully it'd be a Skylifter. I'm pretty sure we'll be given one. Now, as far as I'm aware, this doesn't actually unlock the Skylifter. I think that's actually available anyway. But it means you actually get a chance to use one, and you get given one, which is best of all. So there we go. We've got 1.1 million payout. A chainsaw? Where's my Skylifter? There it is. We do get given a Skylifter. Very nice. I'm really looking forward to playing with this and actually developing some Lance tactics using it. But I haven't actually seen one on the battlefield yet, so I don't know where we'd be able to get one other than this freebie that we've been given.
That mech you asked for is cleared for fighting.
So there you go, he says it's a monster of a unit. Heavily armed VTOLs. It doesn't look heavily armed, but hey, it drops stuff, it picks stuff up. That's what you want. So there ends Special Delivery. I hope you've enjoyed watching this latest Flashpoint. And, you know, if you guys are enjoying this, please like, please subscribe, and I hope to see you all on the battlefield.